What is controlling area? See, controlling area. It is the organizational unit in controlling for which all the controlling activities are conducted. It is very similar to company code in FI. In financial accounting, we have configured everything in the company code. But in the controlling, we configure everything with reference to controlling area. So from now onwards, we are going to perform some activities, and all these activities will be performed in the one organizational unit. That organizational unit is called controlling area. So at this level, the CO component records, analyzes the overhead related activities, that is cost elements, cost center accounting and internal orders, manufacturing related activities and expenses like product costing, and also analysis and evaluation of activities of internal units, that is profit center accounting. Means all these modules are performed at the controlling area level only. As I said, right, FI organizational unit is company code. CO organizational unit is controlling area. In that way, you can assume. So first we have to maintain the controlling area. Here, there are two scenarios in which we can maintain the controlling areas. Both the scenarios I will explain. Then you can understand which scenario we have to use in the real time. Number one, controlling area same as company code. Means here controlling area same as company code. The enterprise structure for controlling is based on FI enterprise structure. You know the FI enterprise structure, right? Company. On the top, you have the company. Under that, we have the company code. After the company code, we have the business areas. So these are the organizational structure for FI. So in the first scenario, controlling area same as company code, right? The controlling area is maintained at the company code level. The controlling area is maintained at the company code level. Maintaining the controlling area at the company code level means for each company code, you maintain a separate controlling area. Suppose under the company, we have 10 company codes. Then for each company code, we maintain a separate controlling area. Means for 10 company codes, we maintain 10 controlling areas. Means again, we assign the first company code to the first controlling area. We assign second company code to the second controlling area. We assign the third company code to the third controlling area, and so on. This is called controlling area same as company code. Now, we maintain the master records for controlling objects under the controlling area. If you remember, under the company code only, you maintain the master record for customer, vendor, GL account, asset, right? Similarly, in the controlling area, you maintain the master record for each controlling object. Controlling object means cost center is a controlling object. This we have discussed yesterday. Controlling object means the entity for which the expenses are, the entity for which the information of expenses and revenues is maintained, analyzed, and processed. That is called controlling object, right? And these controlling objects were already defined in the system. So controlling objects are cost center, internal order, profit center, right? Then profitability segment, cost object. So for each controlling object, we maintain the master record under the controlling area. Then in the master records of controlling objects, we have to assign the business area. We have to. So in the controlling object master records, we have to assign the business areas. That's how FI organizational units and CO organizational units are linked with each other. This is called controlling area same as company code. In this case, we assign a single company code to single controlling area. As a result, the expenses and incomes information of that company code will be taken to respective controlling areas for the analysis purpose. This is what written here. See, in this case, the controlling area is maintained at the company code level. That is, for each company code, we create a separate controlling area. Then all the expenses and incomes of each company code is taken to the respective controlling areas for analysis purpose. This is one scenario. Then you have the second scenario. Cross company code cost accounting. Cross company code cost accounting means here at the company level we maintain the controlling area. In the previous case, you maintained the controlling area at the company code level. But now in the cross company code cost accounting, you maintain the controlling area at the company level. Maintaining the controlling area at the company level means we assign all the company codes of the company to the same controlling area. You can clearly see the structure there. Controlling area is maintained at the company level, means company code 1 and company code 2 is assigned to controlling area. For example, under the company, you have two company codes, company code 1 and company code 2. Both the company codes are assigned to same controlling area. So in the cross company code cost accounting, multiple company codes are assigned to same controlling area. But in the controlling area, same as company code, single company code is assigned to single controlling area. That is the difference. Clear? Then company code 1 is carrying on business in business area 1, business area 2, business area 3. Similarly, company code 2 is carrying on business in 4, 5, 6 business areas. So when you maintain the master record for the controlling objects under the controlling area, again we assign the business areas to controlling object master records. So in this case, in this example, you assign company code 1 and company code 2 to the same controlling area. As a result, the expenses and incomes information of company code 1 and the expense and incomes information of company code 2 are available in the same controlling area, right? As a result, we can compare the expenses of company code 1 with the expense of company code 2. We can compare the revenues of company code 1 with the revenues of company code 2. We can compare, for that matter, we can compare the profits of company code 1 with the profits of company code 2. That is the advantage of cross company code cost accounting. We can do intercompany comparison. See here, this is what I written in your material. See, cross company code cost accounting. In this case, controlling area is created at the company level, that is group level. In this case, several company codes are assigned to the same controlling area. Then all the expenses and incomes information of all the company codes will be available in the same controlling area. Then we can compare the expenses and incomes of one company code with the expenses and incomes of other company code. That is the feature of this cross company code cost accounting. One second. So to assign several company codes to the same controlling area, some conditions are to be satisfied. You cannot assign just like that. There are some conditions to be satisfied for the purpose of assigning the multiple company codes to the same controlling area. What are those? See, all the company codes should use the same chart of accounts. What is the scenario what is the scenario in which all company codes will use the same chart of accounts? When all the company codes are in the same nature of business, then only we can use the same chart of accounts. Then only all the company codes can use the same chart of accounts. So that is one condition you should satisfy. What is the logic behind this condition? For example, you have A company code and B company code. Then both the company codes are in the different nature of business. A company code is in textiles manufacturing. B company code is in you can say service industry. In that case, both the company codes will have their own separate chart of accounts. Then you cannot assign both the company codes to the same controlling area, because when the nature of business is different, how can you compare the performance of textile industry company with the service industry company? What is the logic or what is the conclusion you can arrive? Because the nature of business is different. Clear? But both the company codes are in same nature of business and they are using same chart of accounts. Means what? They are in the same nature of business. Both the company codes are in the textiles manufacturing. In that case, if you compare the performance of one company code with the performance of another company code, you arrive some meaningful conclusion. For example, let us assume, right, I am having two batches. One batch is for MM and the other batch is for FICO. So how can I compare the performance of FICO student with MM student? No. Suppose FICO student got the job in 5 months, MM student got the job in 3 months. Then in that case, I cannot say that MM students are efficient, because MM curriculum is very small and FICO curriculum is very large. That is also very correct in real time also. So I cannot compare the performance here. But if I compare two students in the same FICO batch, then I will arrive some meaningful conclusion. Same is the case in the case of cross company code cost accounting. So all the company codes should use the same chart of accounts. Then all the company codes must use the same fiscal year. Means, suppose you have the two company codes. One company code is in India and another company code is in US. So US fiscal year is January to December and Indian fiscal year is April to March. Now, as on 31st December 2017, I want to compare the performance of both the company codes. In that case, for Indian company code, only 9 months are over. But for US company code, 12 months are over. In that case, how can we compare 9 months performance with 1 year performance? That's the reason why all the company codes must use the same fiscal year. Means the number of normal periods should be same. The number of special periods can be different. There is no issue. So all company codes should use the same fiscal year, means the number of normal posting periods should be same, but the number of special periods can be different. The start period and end period of the fiscal year should be same. Means if the fiscal year of one company code starts with April, the fiscal year of another company code also should start with April and they should end with March. Then the start date and the end date of the each period also should be same. So these are the conditions that are to be satisfied if you want to assign multiple company codes to the same controlling area. Now, here in the case of cross company code cost accounting, I told you, we can assign multiple company codes to the same controlling area. For example, we have the company code 1 and company code 2. When we assign company code 1 and company code 2 to the same controlling area, we can compare the performance of company code 1 with the performance of company code 2. In addition to that, we can compare the performance of company code 1 with the performance of company code 2. Means at the company code level, you can compare the performance. You can analyze the performance. In addition to that, for example, company code 1 is having 3 departments. Department A, Department B, Department C. In the company code 2, again we have the 3 departments. Department P, Department Q, Department R. In addition to comparing the performance at the company code level, we can compare the performance of Department A of company code 1 with the performance of Department P of company code 2. Similarly, we can compare the performance of Department B of company code 1 with the performance of Department Q of company code 2. Similarly, we can compare the performance of department C of company code 1 with the performance of department R of company code 2. At the company code level, you can compare the performance, and at the departmental level also, you can compare the performance. That is the advantage of cross company code cost accounting. So what are the other advantages of cross company code cost accounting? We can reallocate the costs across the company codes. Means you can transfer the expenses from one company code to another company code. Product costing for the products of all the company codes commonly. Means suppose if both the company codes are producing same products, in that case the product costing becomes easy. Then it facilitates group costing. Here group costing means group valuation. If you want to know, suppose you have the two company codes, both the company codes in the same nature of business, then you can find out the cost of production at the group level. That is called group costing. Then it facilitates the transfer pricing among the company codes. Means, for example, vertical integration is there. Vertical integration is there. So the finished product of one company code will become the raw material for another company code within the same group. In that case, transfer pricing has to be done. So the transfer pricing becomes easy. So these are the advantages of the cross company code cost accounting. So planning versions we will discuss later on when we start configuration of the respective step. So see the material. Maintain controlling area. SPRO, controlling, general controlling, organization, maintain controlling area. Double click on maintain controlling area. So the data is locked by user Anu and can be displayed only. So you have to unlock the user. So go to SM12. You know how to unlock it. Go to SM12. Give the username by whom the screen was locked. Go to menu lock entry list. Again go to menu lock entry, delete all. SPRO, controlling, general controlling, organization, maintain controlling area. Double click on maintain controlling area. Click on new entries. Controlling area is equal to 3366. So here I am using our same company code name. So in your case also you can use the same your company code name only. Controlling area is equal to 3366. Name is equal to controlling area for 3366. Controlling area for 3366. Now look at the screen. Assignment control. Company code to controlling area. I told you two scenarios, no? If you press on drop down menu, see controlling area same as company code, cross company code, cost accounting. So here we are having only one company code. So I am going to use only controlling area same as company code. Then currency type. Currency type. So currency type means here from now onwards, when we post the business transactions in FI, ఎక్కడుంది మాది జియో మాది జియో ఎక్కడుంది అబ్బా. Yes, there was a disturbance from my side for internet for few minutes. I hope everybody can hear me now. Roni, can you hear me? Okay. So first let us log in again. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm hearing.
Okay. See, maintain controlling area, SPRO, controlling, general controlling, organization, maintain controlling area. Double click on maintain controlling area. Click on new entries. Controlling area is equal to 3366. Prabhi, Alok and Akanksha. This class company code is 3366. So you can use your company code in your practice. Name is equal to controlling area for 3366. Now, this is called assignment control. Company code to controlling area. If you press on F4, you have the two options. Controlling area same as company code, cross company code, cost accounting. So here I am having only one company code. So we can use only controlling area same as company code. Then currency type. 10 means company code currency. So what is currency type here? From now onwards, when you post a transaction in FI, the controlling is also automatically updated. Please remember, we cannot post manually into controlling. The controlling component is always updated through postings from other modules. So from now onwards, when you post a transaction FI, one FI document is generated, right? That you know. In addition to FI document, from now onwards, a CO document is also posted. So for one posting in FI now, two documents are posted in two modules. One document is in FI, one document is in CO. Means the business transactions are also maintained in CO. In which currency? The business transactions are to be managed in the controlling area. That is called currency type. 10 means company code currency. So the business transactions are also maintained in company code currency only. Write down this point here. You have some space here, no? Again, write down there. The controlling component is always updated. The controlling component is always updated automatically only through postings from other modules. So currency type is equal to 10. Company code currency. Currency is equal to USD. In your material, INR is there. If you are doing the practice with Indian company code, keep it as it is. If you are doing the practice with US company code, make it as USD. Chart of accounts 3366. Fiscal year variant K4. Cost center standard hierarchy. I will come. It was not at, we have not yet come to that stage, Chandrasekhar. We have not yet come to that stage. It will come. Then I will explain. No issues, Chandrasekhar. You have the right to ask. No issues. No sorries. Cost center standard hierarchy is equal to 3366 underscore HIR. Cost center standard hierarchy 3366 underscore HIR. So what is the cost center standard hierarchy? Go back to notes, please. Put heading cost center standard hierarchy. Cost center standard hierarchy. It is the arrangement of cost centers. It is the arrangement of cost centers for reporting purpose. It is the arrangement of cost centers for reporting purpose. For reporting purpose. It is mandatory. It is mandatory to define the cost center standard hierarchy. It is mandatory to define the cost center standard hierarchy for the controlling area. For the controlling area. For the controlling area. There can be only one cost center standard hierarchy. There can be only one cost center standard hierarchy per controlling area. So here we have given the cost center standard hierarchy name. We have not yet created the hierarchy. Hierarchy is the arrangement of the objects. Cost center standard hierarchy means arrangement of the cost centers for reporting purpose. What is the arrangement of cost centers? That we will discuss in cost center accounting. Here we are just developing the basic settings, nothing else. Here we have given only the name, right? We did not create the hierarchy. So how the hierarchy is created and how the hierarchy will look alike, we will discuss in the cost center accounting. Click on save. See here, standard hierarchy 3366 underscore HIR does not exist. Should system 3366 underscore HIR be created as standard hierarchy? You have to click yes on the message. Then double click on assignment of company codes. Double click on assignment of company codes. Click on new entries. We have to assign all the company codes here. So we have only one company code. Company code is equal to 3366. Click on save. Then double click on activate components. Click on new entries. Here in this particular screen, we activate whatever the submodules you want to implement in controlling. So unless you activate these components here, you cannot you cannot implement the submodules. Fiscal year is equal to 2017 or 2018. Now from this fiscal year, see cost centers. The default setting is component not active. If you keep this as it is, you cannot implement cost center accounting. So if you want to implement cost center accounting, you have to select component active. Then select activity types. Select activity types. Then select component active for order management. Select profit center accounting. Profitability analysis cannot be activated here. It has to be separately activated. So here we have activated 4 modules: cost center accounting, profit center accounting, Then internal order accounting and activity types. Click on save. Ignore the message. That's how we have created controlling area. Now, maintain number ranges for controlling documents. I told you, from now onwards, when we post a document in control FI, another corresponding document is automatically posted in control. In that case, how to identify the documents in controlling, how the GL documents are identified, how the vendor invoice are identified, how the customer invoice are identified with the number ranges, right? Similarly, in the controlling, in order to identify the business transactions or documents, we have to use the number ranges. So in FI, yeah, we will see cross company code cost accounting later on. We create one more company code, then we will see. What I was telling you. Yeah. So in FI, you have the document types, but in CO, there isn't any document types. Please remember, FI is a legal requirement. FI component is a legal requirement, but the controlling is a management requirement. So you need not follow any legal provisions while maintaining the controlling reports. But there are some company codes which are covered by under section 233B of Companies Act, which will be coming under cost accounting record rules. So those company codes are legally required to maintain the cost accounting records. In that case, right, we have to follow some rules. Otherwise, there is no rule at all in the controlling. Always the purpose of this controlling component is to provide the information to the management. So in the controlling, there is no document types. Path is same as above. Click on back arrow. See, maintain number ranges for controlling documents. Controlling area is equal to 3366. Click on maintain groups. Click on maintain groups. Now, in your material, you do one thing. From here, you strike off all the lines. Click on maintain groups, is there no? After that, from menu group insert, you strike off all the things. You strike off all the 6 lines and start writing down. Click on create button. Click on create button. Group is equal to, click on create button. Group is equal to number ranges for controlling area 3366. Number ranges for controlling area 3366. From number is equal to 1. To number is equal to 1 lakh. Click on save. Click on save. Click enter on the message. Click on back arrow. Sorry, write down. Click enter on the message. Click on back arrow. Keep the cursor on coin process. Keep the cursor on coin process. I will tell you what is this. Keep the cursor on coin process. Click on assign element group. Click on assign element group. Double click on number range number 01. Double click on number range number 01 within brackets. Number ranges for controlling area 3366. Within brackets, number ranges for controlling area 3366. Now, continue. Keep the cursor on RKIU. You can scroll down. I will tell you what are all these things. Keep the cursor on RKIU. Click on SN element group. Click on SN element group. Double click on number range number 01. Double click on number range number 01. Again, keep the cursor on RKP1. Keep the cursor on RKP1. Click on SN element group. Click on SN element group. Double click on number range number 01. Double click on number range number 01. Double click on number range number 01. Continue again. Keep the cursor on RKU1. Keep the cursor on RKU1. Click on SN element group. Double click on number range number 01. Again, keep the cursor on RKU3. Keep the cursor on RKU3. Click on SN element group. Click on SN element group. Double click on number range number 01. Double click on number range number 01. Click on save. Click on save. What is this? Look at the screen, everybody, please. Here, these are the activities. Please remember, look at the screen. These are the activities which you can perform in the controlling. Other than these activities, you cannot do anything in the controlling. So you don't have the document types in FI, but you have the transaction types in controlling. So these are the transactions, or these are the activities you can perform in controlling. So what you have done here, first you have defined the number ranges 1 to 1 lakh, right? Then for that number ranges, we have assigned these activities. So whenever you perform these activities, a CO document is generated, and for that CO document, the system takes the number from this number range. But what is coin process? What is actual overhead assessment, planning activities, repost costs, repost CO line items? These activities I start explaining from the cost and accounting. Okay, and for the time being, we have selected only 5 activities. So during our CO classes, we are going to select some other activities. This is how we define the number ranges for controlling documents in controlling. Now, see the next step. Maintain versions. What is version? Here, version, see here, it is the set of values for alternative plans. planning versions, not version, planning version. Planning version means it is the set of values for alternative plans. See, the word version stands for set of values or set of objects. The meaning of the word generally version is set of values, nothing else. SAP ECC 6.0 version, what does it mean? It is set of some functionalities. And SAP ECC 5.0 version, what does it mean? It is also some set of functionalities. But ECC 6.0 is, what do you say, is something more functionalities. It is having something more functionalities than ECC 5.0. So the basic meaning of, the original meaning of word version is set of values. Now in controlling, the version word has been used with reference to planning. So planning version, it is the set of values for alternate plans. Why we have to take into consideration the alternate plans? As I said, the main purpose of controlling is to analyze the performance. Analyzing the performance means how efficiently our departments are working, how efficiently our company is working. That is called analysis, performance analysis, right? Now, I want to analyze the performance of department A. How can you say that? You know the actual performance. For example, department A expenses for the month of January is $1 million. How can you say whether the department has spent less or more? We don't know. So you cannot analyze performance with the actual data. That's why the actual data has to be compared with the planned data. So in order to enable the effective performance analysis, at the beginning of every accounting year, the management will set the targets for the performance indicators. For that, the top management will ask the planning department to submit the plans for the current year, for the new year, for the 2018, for example. Then, based on some assumptions, the planning department will submit different alternative plans. The values of each of such alternative plan is called version. For example, our installed capacity of production is 2 lakh units. Means in the most ideal circumstances, in the most ideal conditions, using the existing plant and machinery, you will be able to produce 2 lakh number of units. That is called installed capacity of production. So the planning department has submitted 3 alternative plans. One is optimistic plan or plan number 1. Number 2, moderate plan, plan number 2, or pessimistic plan, plan number 3. Optimistic plan means the assumption is everything is going to be favorable for the company in the new year. We are expecting good rains. We are expecting good crops. As a result, sufficient amount of money will be circulated in the hands of the people. As a result, there will be a good demand for our products. That is called optimism. Optimistic thinking. So based on the optimism, right, the planning department has submitted the first plan, optimistic plan. Moderate plan means we are not expecting any changes in the new year also. Pessimistic plan means most worst conditions. If everything is going to be unfavorable to the company, what will happen? So these are the 3 assumptions we have done. So under the optimistic plan, if everything is going to be favorable to the company, what is the sales quantity you can achieve? 1,60,000 number of units. If it is the moderate plan, last year we have sold 1,40,000 number of units. So this year also we are expecting to sell 1,40,000 number of units. Then pessimistic plan. In the most worst conditions or in the most unfavorable conditions, the company can sell 1,20,000 units. So if you have to sell these units means you have to produce. In order to produce these units, you have to incur expenses, right? Now, material cost at $10 per unit. If you want to produce 1 unit of finished output, we require $10 as material cost. If you have to produce 1,60,000 number of units, 16 lakhs. Under the moderate plan, it is 14 lakhs. Under the pessimistic plan, it is 12 lakhs. Then labor cost at $5 per unit. 8 lakhs under the optimistic plan. Total quantity produced into cost per unit, right? Under moderate plan, 7 lakhs. Under pessimistic plan, it is 6 lakhs. Then other expenses. Optimistic plan, other expenses at 2.50 per unit. 4 lakhs under the optimistic plan. Moderate plan, 3,50,000. Pessimistic plan, 3 lakhs. Rent is a fixed expenditure. Whatever may be the quantity you produce, your factory rent is same. So under each level of production, 3 lakhs is the rent. So this is the yearly plan. The yearly plans are broken down into monthly plans. That is a different issue. Here we are just discussing version. Now, the total cost of production under the optimistic plan is 31 lakhs. Under the moderate plan, the total cost of production is 27,50,000. Under the pessimistic plan, the total cost of production is 24 lakhs. So planning version means the values of alternate plans is called version, right? So this is called one version. This is called another version, version 2. The set of values for alternate plans. This is called another version. So the planning department can submit any number of versions. There isn't any limit. Clear? Now, the management has decided. Chalo, let us go with the plan number 1. Then these will be your targets for the performance analysis. You have to produce and sell 1,60,000 number of units. If you have not been able to sell 1,60,000 number of units, where the wrong has gone? Where is the wrong? That is to be analyzed by the management. So your performance indicator is what? Selling the sales quantity of 1,60,000 number of units. Okay, we have produced and sold 1,60,000 number of units, but your total cost should not be more than 31 lakhs. Again, it also has to be analyzed. If the total cost is more than 31 lakhs, where we have incurred more expenses, what is the cause of incurring more expenditure? This is how to avoid them, how to control them. This is analyzed by the management. Out of 31 lakhs total cost, your material cost should not be more than 6 lakhs. Your labor cost should not be more than 8 lakhs. Your other expenses should not be more than 4 lakhs. And your rent should not be more than 3 lakhs. Like that, every figure will act as performance indicator. So in order to analyze the performance, we require actual data and also planned data. Okay. Now, the actual data is coming from where? From other modules. For example, FI. So when you incur salaries, right? Salaries is posted in F-02, right? So the actual data is coming from FI. Now, whenever you post any actuals, that actuals will be transferred to controlling automatically, and they are stored in the default version. They are stored in the default version. Then the user has to enter the values of the accepted plan in the default version. So in the default version, you have actual values and planned values, right? Then using the actual values and planned values from the default version, the user can prepare the variance reports. Variance reports means the reports showing the differences between actuals and the planned data. In the case of expenses, if the actuals are more than the planned, then we say that we are performing inefficiently. That is called negative variance. These things we'll discuss again in the cost center accounting. So from the default version, the user can draw the variance reports. That's why you have to make one version as a default version for the controlling area. That is the meaning of maintain version. Maintain 0 version as default version for controlling area. So you have to maintain one version as default version for the controlling area. The system defined default version is 0. Generally, as far as versions are concerned, we don't change the system default settings. So system defined default version is 0. We have to maintain the 0 version also as default version for our controlling area. For our controlling area. Clear? That is the meaning of maintain versions. Path is same as above. Or you can use the transaction code OKEQ. See, select 0, plan or actual version. So 0 version only will contain actuals and planned values. Select 0 version. Double click on settings for each fiscal year. See, version 0 is automatically defaulted here. Controlling area is equal to 3366. Click on enter and save. Fiscal year, click on enter. Click on enter. Click on new entries. It is not there. Please write down. Click on new entries. Fiscal year 2017. Click on save. So these are the basic settings for controlling. FI basic settings you have seen 10 to 12 classes. But controlling area basic settings only 3. So controlling is very simple actually, right? So the volume of configuration is less, but the explanation is more. You have to understand a lot of logic, right? So tomorrow we start with cost element accounting, and day after tomorrow also we have the class. Saturday, Sunday also we have the class this week. So cost element accounting we start tomorrow. And if you have any questions, please ask them tomorrow class. Okay.